going on, all you wild vacationers out there? It's your two least favorite uncles back here for Cinephellas. I am Sergeant Logan Myers. That's my good mate over there.
And I'm Colonel Henry Hill. Welcome tonight. We are back to stay at the world famous and exquisitely staffed and beautifully elegant White Lotus Hotel. This season, Mike White took us to Thailand with an all new story, all new characters with a bunch of problems. Everybody's very unique and each has their own quirks and personalities. And that's what Mike White gives you every season on the White Lotus. It has a few characters coming back from both season 1 and 2 here, bringing back Greg and Belinda, of course, tying everything together here. An all new cast for the White Lotus. That's right, we are talking about season 3 of the White Lotus.
What? Someone once said, the secret to life is knowing when to stop. Go big or go home, right?
Mm-hmm. In a goddamn body bag.
That's right, that wild goofball. Mike White is back with a brand new season. Another look at stubborn and obnoxious rich people and going on a vacation in this beautiful place called Thailand, and all their problems that comes with that, and their inner turmoil and problems they're trying to deal with, and having more money than most of us have. And that's kind of the take of each season. The first two seasons have to do with the death of character by accident, but the season's a bit different in that aspect. Of course, we're introduced to Walton Goggins' character Rick, his girlfriend Chelsea, played by Amy Lou Wood, Michelle Monaghan and her friends Carrie Coon and Leslie Bibb. They're like a TV actress and her friend showing up there, and then the Ratliff family from North Carolina show up at this place, and it really sets up the rest of the season. Each episode gets wilder and wilder.
Yes, that's what Mike White does best. Gives you these really complex, rich characters and gives you a slow burn. That's really what he does. If you're looking for nonstop action here throughout, you're not going to get that. As he explained it, he likes to keep you on edge. He likes to edge you all the way to the finish. And that's really how he described it, which is funny because this season really did have a slow build. It slowly builds up into the end. You're kind of guessing what's going to happen. But I really liked all the actors this season. Everybody was really on their A game here. Walton Goggins playing a character that we haven't seen him play before here. Just a guy that's completely wrecked on the inside. He's coming to Thailand here with his girlfriend. You find out, basically that this guy killed his father. And eventually in like the third or fourth episode, you kind of find out why he's here. And he's coming for revenge of his father. His father was murdered by this person. So we get to know Rick and some interesting scenes where they go to that snake exhibit, and he kind of freaks out and lets all the snakes out of the cages. Some hijinks ensue there. And then, yeah, like you mentioned, the three friends, Michelle Monaghan, Carrie Coon, and Leslie Bibb, they've been friends for a while. They all are having a blast and partying with these younger guys. And of course, Michelle Monaghan and Carrie Coon end up liking the same guy. And that leads to some, things that happen between them that kind of put their relationship in turmoil. Really complex characters here. And then, of course, like you mentioned, the Ratliff family. We have Jason Isaacs as the father, this really wealthy, whatever, I don't even know what kind of business he does exactly, financial business. But we find out that he has all these problems, and basically, when he gets back to the States, he's probably going to be arrested for fraud or something to do with all his money, basically. And then he has his family there with him, his wife, who's a pill popper, Parker Posey, Victoria. She's the mom. She's just kind of numb to everything. She's high all the time and just going along with it. And then you have the sons, Patrick Schwarzenegger and Sam Nivola. And that's where this season, really got crazy with their relationship. And then you have like the whole incest angle, which was real wild.
I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, it's Uncle Mike here. It was having crazy, unique characters. Yeah, Patrick Schwarzenegger playing Saxon Ratliff. Really, really great character. I thought a bro, really douchey, rich guy, and he just wants to party and have fun and get laid. But I really liked his character arc, and I thought he was really impressive this season playing Saxon, even the questionable moments between him and his young brother, but that's when it goes off the rails essentially. Didn't see
Mhm.
that coming. And one of the big parts of this season that I really appreciated and really enjoyed was the cameo, I guess, by Sam Rockwell. Really
Yeah, that
added
was
something
awesome.
different, some flavor to this, having to do with him wanting to be an Asian girl without giving away too much.
Yeah.
But the addition, but he's like Rick's friend essentially, Walton Goggins' character. They're friends and trying to go after this guy that killed his father, and really sets up the last few episodes that I totally did not see coming. Probably one of the
Mhm.
better finales of White Lotus thus far.
I agree with you. Yeah. I really enjoyed the finale. I went online and read a lot of people's opinions, and a lot of people didn't like it and thought it was
Mm.
predictable, but man, it hit for me. It wrapped everything up really well. Some of the characters suffered fates that I didn't see coming. There's a couple fake outs in there that were surprising. You think some characters are going to die, and some other things happen here. Having to deal with the Ratliff daughter wanting to go there and get
Hyper
into Buddhism. Piper wanting to go and get into Buddhism, and then after the stuff happens with the sons with Patrick Schwarzenegger, Saxon, and the other son. I can't remember his name right now, but after that, he kind of wants to go with his sister and get into Buddhism to like escape everything. So you have, religious themes here. And then you have, Belinda and Greg, who Belinda finally figures out that Greg might not be a really good guy and he might have had something to do with the death from season two of Jennifer Coolidge's character, if you remember that. So she kind of figures that out. There's the whole story with them. And then Greg has a younger girlfriend this season, played by Charlotte Laban, Chloe, who is good friends with Rick's girlfriend, Chelsea. They have a lot of good scenes with Patrick Schwarzenegger and Sam Nivola. The four of them are, pretty similar in age, and they go out to this full moon party which were a couple of wild episodes, like dealing with the full moon party, and then the morning after and the day after, all the craziness happens from that. So, a lot of uh, a lot of cool stuff happened this season. It's definitely a slow burn, but Mike White really knows how to write. He's a great writer here. He, writes some really great characters here with some awesome arcs along the way, and a really satisfying finale with where everybody ends up. And, I didn't see the deaths coming. Those were surprising to me. I didn't call that. And, even some of the side characters and the lesser known characters like Guy Talk, the security guard, he had a pretty cool season two overall, introducing this security guard character who kind of doesn't feel like he's very good at the job. And, some bad things are happening and he has to protect the White Lotus Hotel. And he comes through at the end too, which was pretty cool to see. So, like, everybody, there's all these characters, everybody gets screen time, everybody's written very well. A lot of up and coming actresses and actors on the show. It's always cool to see their careers take off after these seasons of The White Lotus. And I'm sure several careers are going to take off from this season of The White Lotus. Overall, this season was really strong. I really enjoyed this season. I think season two is still my favorite, but this would probably be a close second for me.
Yeah, I really had a great time with this. The only minor complaint I had is just a few episodes dragged. Like you said, a slow burn, but it really builds up to something more. There's a lot of layers to this season, a lot of great characters, really great writing direction in this. Beautiful cinematography, the way everything was filmed with monkeys in the trees in Thailand. And, there's like a darker force at play here. It feels like in the background, and more of a darker tone this season, which I
Mm-hmm.
really appreciated. And out of the three, I think this season had the best, actors, actresses, characters. It's not my favorite, but I think the best ensemble we've seen to date. Everybody was incredible. I love Carrie Coon, one of my favorite actresses. I really liked her character. Not really feeling like she's fitting in with her rich friends. Michelle
Hmm.
Monaghan's a famous actress, and they meet up with these like Russian guys that work there too. And there's kind of a few wild episodes with that. And there's a
Hmm.
lot thrown at you with this new season. But I really look forward to watching this every Sunday night. HBO, one of my favorite things to do, watch a new episode. I was really excited to see what happens next, and it really goes out with a bang. One of the best finales of the series so far. Highly recommend this show. Give it a watch. A few minor nitpicks about it being a bit of a slow burn and a few episodes dragged a bit, but everything else is really fantastic and very satisfying and a great conclusion to a lot of these characters. So with that being said, I'm going to give the White Lotus season 3. I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Michelle Monaghan hair pieces.
Yeah, you mentioned the beautiful cinematography. It's another standout from this show, just capturing the look and the beautiful climate of Thailand, a place where I've never seen before, really captured on film. And now seeing this on the show, it looks like a beautiful place, somewhere that you could visit and imagine this awesome hotel there. All the dangerous animals out there and stuff, the monkeys, like you mentioned, the snakes, a lot of danger, a lot of darkness this season. That was really cool. Yeah, I love the ensemble. You mentioned Carrie Coon, her speech in that last episode, like got me. I was like, damn, that was powerful. Sam Rockwell's cameo, that those are two standouts from the this season of White Lotus. There's a lot of standout moments in this. Jason Isaacs' character this year, showing the dread. You can just feel his anxiety build. And every time the phone rings, he did a great job. Just the internalization, that anxiety and fear of, his family slowly slipping through his fingers and, dealing with him wanting to commit suicide and him coming really close and him even really coming close to basically killing the whole family, like a whole murder suicide angle, which was wild and was a lot of dread built up, especially in that last episode, which was an extra long episode too, an hour and a half. That was a really standout finale and a really solid season. Mike White impresses yet again. I imagine this is going to get a lot of more awards, Golden Globes, and it definitely deserves all the accolades. And can't wait to see where Uncle Mike takes us next. He mentioned after the episode, he did a little wrap up, and he mentioned that the next season we may go away from the water setting, so that'll be interesting. It'll be something new within the White Lotus world. So, with that being said, I am going to give season 3 of the White Lotus, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Walton Goggins hair pieces. A great job by everybody involved here. A little tidbit here. Sam Nivola, his parents are Emily Mortimer and Alessandro Nivola, which I didn't
Really?
know. Yeah,
I
I
didn't
read
know
that
that
today.
either. Yeah, that kid was nuts this season. Of course, in the final episode too, we're like, oh my God, this is what's going to go down. You kind of think it's going to go this
Hmm.
way with the dad, Jason Isaac's character. It goes a different way with the kids. Really,
Hmm.
really awesome. But yeah, he was pretty impressive for a young actor. I thought he did a great job, even the ancestral scenes with his brother. A little too much, but they went pretty hard this season. One thing I was going to add too, the composer. I usually love the intro song. Each season's different. This one, not so much. I know he just got into it, Mike White, and he's not returning. But yeah, this
Hmm.
season, the intro song wasn't as, I don't know, weird as and awesome as it usually is.
Yeah, that was interesting. Got let go, basically shit on the show a couple days before it was going to come out. So Mike White's like, yeah, sorry, you can't mess with the head creator. I guess Mike wanted to give him a couple notes and he didn't take to that too kindly. So, might it'll be switched up next time, but yeah, not a big deal. Nothing breaking the show there or anything.
Yeah, next season, I heard Mike White's coming to Carroll Stream, Illinois, the tropical pool setting of the
Okay.
golf backyard. So that should be interesting. I can't wait to see who they cast and who they're going to cast as Uncle Steve. Anyways, want to hear from all you wild TV fans out there. What did you like about the White Lotus season 3? What didn't you like about it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, check out these wild rascals on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, cinefellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews.
Alas, it's time to check out of the White Lotus for season 3. Until season 4, I'm Uncle Henry.
And I'm Big Logan, signing out to the next TV review. Cheers!
Cheers!